All right, so you want to read this book, but you don't know what it's about. Well, you see this picture right here. That's it. If you've seen this show, you read this book. See how? All right, I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. Look at. All right, ready? I'm gonna shoot this down your throat really quick. Oh, that's what Harold said. No. Shh. Anyway, we're not talking about Smut. Smut is about 35% into this book, and it's a little bit, but it starts off weird because he don't know what he's doing. Who is he? Read the book to find out. And then it gets really freaky, but it only gets freaky for a minute. Did you keep up with that? Okay, now that the smut is out the way, let's talk about the story. So, what do we got? We got a circus, we got a world. Does any of it really matter? The world doesn't, no. Circus, a little bit, but ready? Okay, let's go. Northern, southern, eastern, western, okay? Eastern, western, northern, southern, central. Central is Allegra. Allegra is where the city is. That's where our main focus is through the whole book, pretty much. You go a little north for a second, but you come back and you pretty much stay there the whole time. Remember, the circus is a moving circus. It don't stay still. But right now, it's kind of staying still because we got an issue. What's our issue? Well, Harrow, for one. Who is Harrow? Harrow is what we would say an elemental, but she's not. Is she an elemental? I don't know. But they think she's a human. Is she really a human? Does Salazar know? Now, Salazar is the leader of the circus, so pay attention to him because he's going to be one of the main characters. The other main character is Harrow's best friend, Mel. Now, Mel is a really cool character. She's probably what makes this book. She's probably the best character in this book because she's funny and she kind of keeps you going with the way she talks. Now, she's through the whole book. So, what is our northern, southern, central, eastern, western? Those are the 5 queens. What is our 5 queens? Well, they're elementals, right? Elements. So we got earth, wind, water, fire, and ether. What is ether? Is probably going to be in the central, right? We also have an oracle. I'm not going to tell you who the oracle is now because this is a non-spoiler review. So you're going to have to read it to find out who the oracle is. Now, we got a wraith. Wraith. Or is he just called Wraith? Wraith. Now, who is he? He was captured by the humans who hunt elementals, and then they sold him to Salazar. Why is Salazar capturing these elementals if he's protecting the elementals? I don't know. You gotta read it to find out, but he does. He buys it off the humans, and then he puts it in a cage. And guess where he brings the cage? Boom, to the circus, and guess who finds it? Boom, Harrow. Now, what does Harrow do? She falls in love with this dark figure because nobody knows what she is, right? What is she? So we got him. What is he? What is she? And then you have all these hybrids. Now, the hybrids or the elementals, they can be animals, cat, reptiles, lizard. We also got a hybrid gang out there in Allegra. So don't forget about them because they're going to come into play. Now, the people who stole the elementals, they don't come into play really no more. The only ones that do is a couple gods, but do you need to pay attention to the gods? No, not really, because they don't come into play until the end, and you'll get them, and you'll only get like 2 or 3 of them that you need to pay attention to. The other 2, who knows? So what happens? He gets brought to the circus. They fall in love. Do they escape? Maybe. I mean, obviously, if he's then caught and then in a prison, that's going to be right at the beginning. They're going to have to escape. How otherwise would you get this smut level, right? This is basically just a really big love story, and it could have been could have probably been 3 books, but she kind of shoved this over really quick. So you got all this stuff going on, all for this little love story. And then what happens? Everything seems to be very predictable in this book. Like you already know what they're going to say before they say it. The very beginning is a bunch of what the fuck. And then as it gets going and it starts piecing all this stuff together, then you're like, okay, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. She's going to say this. This is blah, blah, blah. You already know. It's a very predictable book. Is it a good book? Yeah, I would say it's a good book. It's a fun book. And if you're stuck in another book and you just want to have a little bit of fun, or you're in that where you don't know what to read and you're just in a reading slum or whatever, come read this book just because it's a fun book. I would say, like I said, I haven't fully finished it. I only got a couple chapters, like 3 or 4 chapters left, which, like I said, it's very predictable. So I already have a feeling I know exactly what's going to happen. But if you're stuck in a reading slum, this might be a fun book just to get you out of it because it is a very fast-paced book, very fast reading. And at the very beginning, you're like, what the fuck? But then it all comes together and you can piece it together. And it's fun, especially Mel. Her character is fun, the way she talks. Now, these 2, you're probably going to laugh at the smut if you got it from the beginning. Other than that, that's it. Elementals, magic. And remember, these queens are sisters. That's all you really need to know. The queens are sisters. Little feud happens. You'll figure that out. And then it all comes down to these 2, Harrow and Wraith. Wraith. Yeah, these 2. And what happens with these 2. But don't worry, Mel stays with you the whole time. Pretty much. and then you get that outside gang for a minute. Salazar will stay with you the whole dang time too. So that's your main book. Love story right there. It's fun. I would say 3.5, 3.85. 5-minute video. Boom. See you on the next one, which will be when I finish this, and then I'll do a full, like, we'll talk about it. Let me know if you read it.